Life isn't a race to the finish line. It's not a puzzle demanding solutions. It's a fleeting masterpiece, raw, unfiltered, and meant to be experienced. Yet here you are, rushing, striving, chasing. But what if the key to loving your life isn't in doing more, but in feeling more? What if the stress, the burnout, the endless hustle, it's all just noise? What if the answer isn't out there but right here, in the way you sip your coffee, the way you listen to a friend, the way you breathe when the world feels too heavy? Today we're diving into 10 profound Buddhist lessons that will help you stop surviving and start living. Lessons that will teach you to see the beauty in impermanence, to taste the joy of a single moment, and to let go of the weights you've carried for far too long. By the end, you'll walk away with a mindset shift. So powerful you'll wonder, how did I ever live without this? And stay till the end. Because I'll share a bonus lesson that could change how you see your entire existence. Let's begin. Lesson 1, the uniqueness of each moment. Have you ever stood in the first snowfall of winter? Each snowflake, unique, fragile, gone in seconds. These flakes, they're mirrors of our lives, beautiful, irreplaceable, yet unnoticed. How many moments slip through your fingers while you're lost in tomorrow's to-do list? The Japanese call this ichigo ichi, one time, one meeting. Every moment, sipping coffee, hearing a loved one's laugh, is a once-in-a-lifetime gift. But we miss it because we're multitasking. Try this. Tomorrow, drink your morning coffee like it's your last. Feel the warmth, smell the aroma, taste the bitterness. Suddenly, the mundane becomes sacred. But wait, what if I told you even pain holds this magic? That argument you replayed all night, the mistake you can't forgive yourself for, the ache of a fading sunset. These too are fleeting. Like waves crashing on shore, they rise, they fall. Cling to them, and you drown. Let go, and you ride their rhythm. Here's the truth. You'll never get this moment back. Not the way sunlight hits your desk right now. Not the sound of your breath as you listen to these words. So pause. Ask yourself, what am I missing while chasing the next thing? Your homework. Today, choose one ordinary moment. Tying your shoes, washing dishes, waiting in traffic, and experience it like it's the first and last time. Notice the textures, the colors, the silences. That's how you turn time into a masterpiece. Lesson 2, the beauty of impermanence. Have you ever watched cherry blossoms fall? For a moment, they're radiant, pink petals dancing in the wind. But soon they're gone. Their beauty lies not in lasting forever, but in their brevity. Yet when our joys fade, a relationship ends, a job changes, a dream shifts, we fight it, we cling. But Buddhism whispers, impermanence isn't a curse, it's the essence of life itself. Think of a campfire, flames crackle, embers glow, then it fades to ash. Would you love the fire less because it dies? No. Its temporary warmth is what makes it magical. Here's a story. Last year, I lost someone I loved. For months, I raged against the impermanence of it all. But one morning, I noticed a single daisy growing through a crack in concrete. It bloomed, then withered in days. That flower taught me, grief isn't a prison, it's a reminder to love what's here. Your turn. Next time you're afraid of losing something, a person, a possession, a feeling, pause, say aloud, this is temporary, and that's why it's precious. Then let your grip loosen. But wait, what if impermanence isn't just about loss? What if it's about freedom? That mistake, you can't forget the shame that haunts you, the version of yourself you outgrew. Impermanence whispers, you're not stuck. You're a river always changing, always flowing. Here's your homework. Tonight, write down one thing you've lost. Then write the lesson it left behind. Maybe that breakup taught you resilience. Maybe that failed project taught you humility. That's the gift of impermanence. It carves space for new beginnings. Remember, nothing lasts, and that's exactly why everything matters. Lesson 3. The freedom of single tasking. Have you ever tried to tune a guitar while playing a song? Chaos, right? Yet every day, we multitask, scrolling while eating, planning while listening, working while worrying. We call it productivity. Buddhism calls it missing your life. Here's the truth. Single tasking isn't just a habit, it's a revolution. When you eat, eat. When you walk, walk. When you love, love. No distractions, no half-heartedness. Just being. Let me share a story. Last year I tried writing a book while answering emails, checking notifications, and listening to my partner. After weeks, I had 3 mediocre pages and a relationship hanging by a thread. Then I tried something radical. I turned off my phone for 1 hour a day, just me, my notebook, and the sound of my pen. Within days, the words flowed. The book wrote itself. That's the power of single tasking. Your turn. Today, pick one activity you usually rush through. Maybe it's your morning shower or a work project. For 10 minutes, do only that. Feel the water on your skin or lose yourself in the creative zone. Notice how time slows and satisfaction grows. But wait, what if single tasking feels impossible? What if your mind screams for distraction? That's the addiction talking. Start small. Next meal, put your phone away. Taste each bite. Notice the crunch of lettuce, the tang of dressing, the warmth of bread. That's mindfulness. That's freedom. Here's your homework. For the next 24 hours, every time you catch yourself multitasking, pause. Say, I choose one thing. Then do it. Not perfectly, just fully. Remember, life isn't a checklist, it's a song. You can't play every note at once, but when you focus on one, you create a melody that moves souls, starting with your own. Lesson 4. Releasing regret and anxiety. Imagine walking through life carrying 2 suitcases, one filled with the weight of regret, the other packed with the burdens of anxiety. With every step, your shoulders ache, your pace slows. But here's the truth. Those suitcases, they're empty. Regret chains you to the past, anxiety drags you into the future. But Buddhism asks, where is life lived? Only in the now. Let me confess, for years I replayed a single mistake, a harsh word I said to someone I loved. It haunted me like a ghost. Then one day, I wrote that regret on a piece of paper and burned it. As the ashes floated away, I realized the past isn't a prison, it's a teacher. Your turn. Grab a pen. Write one regret you've carried too long. Now tear it up. Say, I release you. Feel that? That's the weight of yesterday dissolving. But wait, what about anxiety? That voice whispering, what if I fail? What if they leave? What if I'm not enough? Here's the secret. Anxiety is a liar. It robs you of today to pay a debt tomorrow may never collect. Try this. Next time fear grips you, pause. Breathe in 1, 2, 3. Breathe out 1, 2, 3. Now, name 5 things you see around you, 4 things you can touch, 3 sounds you hear. Suddenly, you're back, here, now. Tonight, light a candle, stare into the flame and whisper, I am not my past. I am not my fears. I am here. Let the flicker remind you, this moment is all you have, and it's enough. Regret and anxiety are shadows. They only exist when you turn away from the light of now. So drop the suitcases, step into the river, and let life carry you. Lesson 5. Loving deeply through awareness. Love is a supernova. It burns brighter than anything in the universe, then collapses. We mourn its death but forget. Its ashes become new worlds. Yet we cling to the ashes, terrified to let go. What if I told you the greatest act of love isn't holding on, but releasing? Let me share a story that shattered me. My father's last words were, "Stop trying to fix everything. Just be here." But I didn't listen. I organized his pills, scheduled his doctors, and missed the way his eyes crackled with stories he'd never tell. Now, I'm left with a jar of ashes and a question. Did I love him or just fear his leaving? Today, choose someone you're fixing. Your partner, your child, yourself. Stop. For 10 minutes, sit with them. Say nothing. Do nothing. Just witness their existence. The way their chest rises, the way their laugh crumbles at the edges, the way their silence speaks. That's love. Not fixing, not saving, being. But wait. What if you're afraid to stop doing? What if stillness feels like surrender? Buddhism roars, yes, surrender. Let the universe take the reins. Love isn't a problem to solve. It's a mystery to live. Here's your challenge. Tonight, light a match. Let it burn to your fingertips. Blow it out. Now light another. Repeat. With each flame, whisper, I release control. I embrace what is. Feel that. That's your grip on love loosening. Watch what happens. You'll notice the way your child's tantrum isn't bad behavior, but a cry for connection. You'll see your partner's flaws not as failures, but as fractals of their humanity. You'll stop rescuing and start seeing. Love isn't a fire you control, it's a force that rewrites you. Let it devour your expectations. Let it scar your pride. Let it leave you empty, so you can finally hold what's real. The superstars die, the ashes fall, and from them new galaxies are born. Love like that, wild, unapologetic, free. Lesson 6. Creating joy through attention. Have you ever chased fireflies at dusk? You run, you leap, you strain to catch their light only to find your jar empty. But what if I told you the joy wasn't in the catching? It was in the chasing, the stumbling, the mud on your knees. Yet here you are, adult, wise, staring at a screen while life's fireflies die unseen. Last year my daughter laughed, a deep, belly-shaking giggle while I was scrolling Instagram. By the time I looked up it was gone, replaced by her asking, "Mom, did you see?" I lied, "Yes, baby, amazing." That lie haunts me, because joy isn't lost, it's ignored. Today, go on a joy hunt, not for grand vacations or promotions, for the smallest sparks, the way steam curls off your coffee, the hum of a fridge, the weight of your keys in your pocket. Write 3 down, then stare at them. Let them burn into your mind. That's how you train your eyes to see. But wait, what if you're too busy? What if your to-do list screams louder? Buddhism hisses. Busy is a lie you tell to avoid living. Joy isn't found, it's built, brick by brick, breath by breath. Here's your challenge. Tomorrow, eat 1 meal in silence. No phone, no TV, no distractions. Taste each bite like it's your first. Notice the crunch of lettuce, the acid of tomato, the way your jaw moves. If your mind wanders, whisper, "Come back." That's mindfulness. That's joy. Watch what happens. The meal might take longer. You might squirm. You might bore yourself. But then you'll notice the way sunlight pools on your plate, the rhythm of your chewing, the gratitude rising like a tide. You'll realize joy isn't out there, it's in here, waiting for your attention. Tonight, stand under the sky, any sky, city, smog or stars. Set a timer for 1 minute. Count every sound you hear, car horns, wind, your heartbeat. Then scream, loud, roar. Let it RIP through the air. When silence returns, laugh, because that's joy, unscripted, wild, alive. You don't find joy, you create it, not with money or success or perfection, with attention. So stop chasing fireflies, let them land on your skin, and when they fade, smile, because you saw them, really saw them. and that's enough. Lesson 7. The freedom of non-attachment. Have you ever held a burning coal? You squeeze tighter, thinking, if I let go, I lose. But the fire doesn't care. It burns. And you? You stand there, ashes in your grip, calling it love. Buddhism whispers, non-attachment isn't letting go, it's letting heal. Let me share a story that scarred me. I once loved someone who left. For years I kept their sweater, smelled it, slept with it. This is love, I thought. Then one night I burned it. The flames didn't erase the pain. They revealed the truth. I wasn't clinging to them. I was clinging to the ghost of who I thought they'd be. Today, find one object that chains you to the past. A gift from an ex. A failed project. A dress that no longer fits. Hold it. Say, thank you, but I'm done burning for you. Then donate it. Bury it. Burn it. Feel that? That's your soul breathing again. But wait. What if non-attachment feels like betrayal? What if you're afraid of the void it leaves? Buddhism roars, the void isn't empty, it's a clearing, where new love, new purpose, new life can root. Tomorrow wake up 30 minutes early, sit in silence. For every thought that arises, I need to fix. What if I should have, whisper, not mine to hold. Let them pass like clouds. By minute 20 you'll feel it. The weight lifting, the sky inside you widening. Watch what happens. You'll stop obsessing over your friend's opinion. You'll stop haunting old texts for hidden meanings. You'll stop pretending control was ever yours to begin with. Tonight, write a letter to your future self. Fill it with everything you're clinging to, dreams, fears, grudges. Seal it. Now plant it under a tree. Let the earth compost it. Let the roots rewrite it. Let time do what you can't. Non-attachment isn't indifference, it's trust. Trust that the universe knows your name, your pain, your worth. Trust that the bird doesn't mourn the cage it sings for the sky. So drop the coal, open the cage, and step into the infinite. The world won't end, it will begin. Lesson 8. Finding growth in discomfort. Have you ever stood in a hurricane? Not the kind that brews in the sky, but the one that rages inside you. The kind that twists your guts, floods your lungs and screams, "You are not enough." Most run. They numb it with distractions, drown it in noise, bury it under busyness. But you will lean in. You will let its chaos rip your skin. Let its roar deafen your doubts. Let its fury force you to your knees. Because Buddhism does not preach calm seas, it builds sailors, and you are the storm's apprentice. Think of the diamond, formed under crushing weight, its brilliance born from pressure. You are no different. Every trial, every tear, every tremor is the universe polishing you into something indestructible. Let me share a story that broke me. 3 years ago, I lost everything. Job, home, identity. I slept in my car, ate gas station noodles, and cried myself to sleep. One frozen dawn, I stumbled into a yoga studio not to heal, but to steal warmth. The teacher said, "Sit with the shake." So I did. I shook, I sobbed, I collapsed. And there in the wreckage I found a truth. Discomfort is not your enemy. It is your forge. It is the fire that melts the chains of who you were so you can rise as who you are. The samurai knew this truth. In the midst of chaos, there is also opportunity. Not to conquer the chaos, but to let it consume what you no longer need. Today, do one thing that terrifies you. Send that text. Quit that toxic job. Sing off-key in traffic. Let your hands tremble. Let your voice crack. Let your heart pound like a war drum. That is the sound of your soul remembering its strength. That is the rhythm of your rebirth. I once met a man who climbed Everest blindfolded. When asked why, he said, to learn the difference between darkness and the light we carry inside. But wait, what if you are paralyzed? What if the pain feels like a cliff's edge? Buddhism screams, jump. The fall is not your end, it is your beginning. Wings grow mid-air, not in safety nets. Think of the phoenix. It does not fear the flames, it becomes them. So let your fears burn, let your doubts ash, let your scars glow like embers. Uncertainty is not your foe, it is your furnace. The flames that lick your bones today will warm your hands tomorrow. Tomorrow take a cold shower, no gradual warm-up. Full blast. Let the ice needles stab your skin. When you gasp, laugh. When you shiver, roar. When you want to quit, stay. Count to 30, then step out. Drip, shake, and feel it. The fire in your veins, the unkillable animal you have buried. The one that howls, I am here, I am alive, I am unstoppable. After the wildfire, the forest does not weep. It sends up shoots through the ash, knowing destruction is just the earth's way of dreaming aloud. Watch what happens. You will stop apologizing for taking up space. You will stop whispering your truth. You will stop begging life for permission. Because discomfort is not a threat, it is a trainer. And you are its most fierce student. You are the seed that cracks concrete, the butterfly that rends its cocoon, the mountain that wears down the storm. The Buddha said, no one saves us but ourselves. No one can and no one may. Salvation lives in the shaking, not the stillness. Here is your homework. Tonight, write a letter to your fear. Address it, dear cowardice. Detail every lie it has sold you, every dream it has stolen, every no it has whispered. Then dance on its ashes, naked, wild, unashamed. Let your shadow flicker on the walls, a monster-turned monument. And when you are done, call a friend. Tell them, I am scared. Stand with me. Watch how your vulnerability becomes their strength. Next time someone says, I love you, do not say, I know. Say, show me. Then watch as their eyes become mirrors reflecting your own untamed heart. The greatest growth is not found in sunlight, but in the root's grip through rock. Not in the butterfly's wings, but in the chrysalis's split. Not in the calm after the storm, but in the storm itself. The Zen masters say, no mud, no lotus, no struggle, no self. Close your eyes. Imagine the next storm. Its winds howl your name, its rains slash your skin. Now laugh, for you are not the leaves, you are the tree. So turn your face to the wind. Let it strip you, let it scar you, let it sculpt you. And when the hurricane dies, stand, not unbroken but unbendable, a force, a phoenix, a god. Growth is not a ladder, it is a labyrinth. You will circle, you will fall, you will forget the way, but every wrong turn carves the map of who you become. The world will whisper, how did you survive? You will smile and say, I did not, I reburned. Then you will walk into the next storm, head high, heart open, because you know the pain is the path, and you are its pilgrim. This is not a solo journey. The woman beside you on the bus, the stranger crying in the park, the ancestor whose bones built your DNA, they whisper, we too have burned, we too rise. Lesson 9. The power of letting go. Have you ever watched a tree in autumn? It does not cling to its leaves. It does not beg the wind to stop. It simply lets go. And in that surrender, it prepares for a greater magic, the promise of spring. Yet you hold on to grudges, to old love letters, to versions of yourself that no longer fit. Buddhism whispers, letting go is not loss. It is the art of making space for what your soul craves. Think of the snake. It does not mourn its shed skin. It does not cling to the old scales that once protected it. It slithers forward, naked and new, trusting the earth to teach it resilience. Let me share a story that haunted me. For years I carried my father's pocket watch, a relic of his absence. It ticked like a judge, reminding me of every word unspoken, every moment lost. One day, I threw it into a lake. As it sank, I waited for the grief to drown me. Instead, I floated. The waves did not steal my memories, they returned my breath. The Zen master Seng Tsan wrote, "If you wish to move in the one way, do not dislike even the world of senses and ideas. To accept them fully is to be one with enlightenment." Letting go is not rejection, it is acceptance. Acceptance that what you release was never yours to chain. Today, choose one thing you have clutched too tightly. A resentment, a regret, a relationship that lives only in your rear view. Hold it in your palm. Say, "You were my teacher, but I am done with this lesson." Then open your hand. Here is a ritual from ancient Japan. Write your burden on a piece of rice paper, fold it into a boat, set it adrift on a river. Watch the current carry it away, not as a loss, but as an offering to the universe. But wait, what if letting go feels like betrayal? What if the emptiness terrifies you? Buddhism roars. The void is not a hole, it is a holy space, a cradle for new life. Think of the forest fire. It does not destroy, it cleanses. It makes room for seeds the sun could never reach. Science agrees. Holding on to stress shrinks your hippocampus, the brain's memory center. Letting go, however, lights up the prefrontal cortex, where courage and clarity are born. Your body knows how to release if you dare to listen. Here is your challenge. Tomorrow, wake at dawn. Stand outside. Find one object, a rock, a leaf, a shard of glass. Hold it. Breathe into its weight. Now, throw it, not gently, not carefully. Hurl it into the distance. Scream, "I release you." Let the echo carry what you no longer need. Guided visualization. Close your eyes. Imagine your attachment as a rope. Feel its fibers cut into your palms. Now picture a blade of light severing it. The rope falls. Your hands bleed, then heal. The scars, they glow like constellations. Proof you chose freedom. Watch what happens. You will feel lighter. Not because the burden is gone, but because you have remembered. You were never meant to carry it. You will notice the way sunlight feels on unclenched fists, the way laughter rises from an unguarded throat, the way the world fills the spaces you dare to leave empty. In Bali, villagers gather yearly to burn effigies of their fears. They dance as the flames rise, chanting, "What we release today becomes tomorrow's rain." Join them in spirit. Let your release water the seeds of your future. Here is your homework. Tonight, write a letter to the person you have struggled to release. Pour every ache, every anger, every unanswered question onto the page. Then burn it, not in secret, not in shame, under the moon. Let the flames turn your words to smoke, and the smoke to stardust. A Buddhist parable tells of a monk who carried a rotting fish for miles, complaining of the stench. The elder laughed. "The stench is not in the fish, but in your grip." What are you gripping that rots your peace? Letting go is not forgetting. It is forgiving yourself for carrying what was never yours. The tree does not mourn its leaves, it trusts the roots. The river does not fear the ocean, it becomes it. Daily mantra, I am not my past, I am not my pain, I am the sky, vast enough to hold storms, wise enough to let them pass. Repeat this as you walk, work, weep, so unfurl your fingers, release the ghost, and step into the unknown. Not as a victim, but as a warrior. Not as a prisoner, but as a sky. The poet Rumi wrote, "You are not a drop in the ocean, you are the entire ocean in a drop." When you let go, you return to your wholeness. The world will ask, "How can you walk so free?" You will smile and say, "I learned to travel light." Then you will run, not from the past, but toward the horizon, where every ending is a doorway, and every doorway an invitation. Lesson 10. Living with intention. Have you ever watched a potter at work? Their hands do not wander, their mind does not drift. Every press, every pull is a conversation with the clay. Life too is a wheel, spinning, shapeless, waiting for your hands to claim it. Yet most live like leaves in the wind, blown by habit, fear, and the whispers of others. Buddhism asks, what if your life is not a mistake, but a masterpiece begging to be sculpted? The samurai Miyamoto Musashi wrote, "The ultimate aim of martial arts is not having to use them." Similarly, the aim of intention is not control, but harmony. To move through life like a brushstroke, deliberate, fluid, alive. Let me share a story that changed me. Years ago, I worked 80-hour weeks, chasing promotions like a dog chasing its tail. One midnight, I collapsed at my desk. The doctor said, "Your body is rebelling because your soul has gone mute." That day, I quit. I moved to a cabin with no Wi-Fi, no mirrors, no clocks. For months I did nothing but chop wood, cook stews, and stare at the stars. Slowly, my intentions emerged, not as goals, but as whispers from a self I'd buried. In Japan, there is a term, ikigai, the intersection of what you love, what the world needs, what you can be paid for, and what you excel at. But modern life has turned this into a Venn diagram of anxiety. True ikigai is simpler. It is the daily act of choosing presence over panic. Your turn. Today, write one intention, not a goal, not a to-do, a way of being. Maybe, today I will listen more than I speak, or today I will move like water, gentle but unstoppable. Write it on your palm, let it guide your hands. A Native American proverb says, "The soul would have no rainbow if the eyes had no tears." Intentions are not about avoiding pain, but about meeting it with courage, planting seeds in the storm. But wait, what if you fail? What if your resolve crumbles by noon? Buddhism smiles. Intention is not a vow, it is a practice. You do not achieve it, you return to it, breath by breath. Here is your challenge. Tomorrow, perform one mundane act with sacred focus. Wash dishes as if polishing the Buddha's bowl. Walk as if your feet kiss the earth. Breathe as if each inhale is your first and each exhale your last. Neuroscience reveals, focused intention rewires the brain's default mode network, the autopilot of habits. Each mindful act is a neural rebellion, a strike against mindlessness. Watch what happens. You will notice the way your coffee tastes richer when sipped slowly. The way strangers' eyes hold universes when you truly see them. The way your anger softens when you ask, "What is this pain trying to teach me?" In Bali, farmers plant rice with prayers, infusing each seedling with intention. Their harvests are not just crops, but blessings. Your life too can be a blessing if you plant with purpose. Here is your homework. Tonight, light a candle. Stare into the flame. For every flicker, name one intention. I intend to forgive. I intend to create. I intend to rest. Let the wax pool, the wick shorten, until all that remains is the light you fed. The poet, Mary Oliver, wrote, "Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? Not achieve, not acquire, but do. Live with ferocious intention. Intentions are not etched in stone, they are written in water, fluid, adaptable, enduring. The potter does not curse the clay for shifting, they dance with it. Each morning, stand barefoot on the earth. Feel its pulse, whisper, 'Today, I am the author, not the character.' Then write your story with every step. So shape your days, not with force, but with fidelity to your soul's whisper, not with perfection, but with the grace of a dancer who stumbles and turns the trip into a pirouette. The world will ask, "What's your 5-year plan?" You will smile and say, "My plan is to be here fully now." Then you'll kneel, plant a seed in cracked soil, and trust the rain to come. Because intention is not a destination, it's the dirt under your nails, the sweat on your brow, the quiet, knowing that you are finally awake. Life isn't about waiting for the storm to end. It's about finding the courage to dance in the rain. If these lessons stirred your soul, share them. Subscribe to Buddhism Pathways. Together, let's walk this path, one mindful step at a time. Every moment is a new beginning. Buddhism Pathways.